Hello tubies, how are you doing? This video is going to be a very short video that I'm doing for you guys today. So this is a part of our Mine and Lunar Wisdoms series on practical witchcraft, and what we're doing is a bunch of spell videos to give you guys some ideas, to give you guys our approach on the same topic. And today we're going to be talking about a spell to attract wealth. So we've all seen on my channel all of my money spells. It's very basic. There's a money mixture that I'm not going to get into. I mean, the ingredients are the same as the money incense, just this one's a little more red than the oil itself. All of my oils are done in a coconut base, just because for me coconut doesn't go rancid as quickly as other types of oils, and when I'm making an oil for a particular case, I tend to make a bigger batch of it, and I don't want it to go bad within, you know, a week. This particular incense blend, and also what I use to dress all of my candles with when it comes to doing money spells, has red sandalwood in it, and that is Boone's offering when I'm doing money spells for him. So I'm not actually going to do a money spell for you guys today. I'm just going to demonstrate what you guys might use or what you guys might like to use, so on and so forth. When it comes to money oils, you'll probably want some ingredients that deals with money. For example, I have bay leaves, and I've got rosemary, and I've got Cascada sagrada bark in here, and I've got basil, and I've got marigolds, and so on and so forth. When you're thinking about herbs for money, yes, there's the textbook explanation and the Scott Cunningham books and the so on and the so forth, and the lists that you could choose from, and the blah blah blahs. At the end of the day, it's really about what the spirits, the deities, are saying. Yes, it is a good idea to familiarize yourself with what certain herbs do, what their properties are, both magically and medically. But in some instances, you know, at least in my craft specifically, I like to let the spirits take control of what herbs, what candles, so on and so forth. Now, in this case, I'm using a green candle. It doesn't have to be green. A lot of people will tell you it has to be green, it has to be gold, it doesn't have to be any color at all. It can be white, it can be a soy candle that you made, it can be a purple candle, it could be a red candle, it could be a black candle, it could be an orange candle, it could be whatever color of candle that you want it to be. Now, if you are in a path where certain deities require certain colors and certain spirits require certain colors and certain correspondences and so on and so forth, then it's best to heed those for your particular use case. What I like to do with these candles is I like to carve in them. So if I just open this candle for a minute and go get I don't know, something to carve into it and a platform to burn it on, I can demonstrate how you might do a money spell and kind of walk you through that a little bit. So I'll be right back. So for the purposes and demonstration purposes of this video, we're just going to use something that I burned a candle on in the first video. Again, this was just a demonstration video. It didn't mean anything, as neither. The waste thing. So if I'm going to dress the candle and all that, I'm going to burn it. So whether there's intentions in it or not, because wasting things is bad. So when you have a candle, you're probably going to want something like an X-Acto knife, and it doesn't have to be a candle like this. That's the important thing. It can be a tea light candle. It can be a jar candle. It can be whatever you want it to be. It doesn't matter. You could even just wrap up these herbs in a piece of paper with your petition on it, anoint it with some oil, and burn it in a cauldron. It doesn't matter at the end of the day. It is really all about your intentions. But in this particular case, because I do use a lot of candle magic, I am using a candle. So with these, you know, you might carve, where can I carve this? You might carve in some dollar signs, for example, to represent getting money to come flowing in. You might write the amount of money. So let's say you needed $500, right? And so you're putting in those intentions. Let's say you work with Boone, like I do. You might write his name on the candle. You might also put his sigil, so on and so forth. It's very important that you have respect for the deities that you're working with. For instance, I work with Boone, and I have a great level of respect. We have a very set in way relationship. Now I do need a lighter, so I'll be back again. I want to put in some intentions into the candle that stipulate this is what it's for, this is what I'm asking for. You really want to visualize. Witchcraft is all about visualization. It really is. You can sit there and put as many intentions into it as you want, but if you're not visualizing the outcome, then essentially you're doing it wrong. Even though there really is no way to do witchcraft wrong, witchcraft really does depend on intention of what you're putting in and visualization, as well as feeling the energy going into that spell, okay? So it's very important that when you're doing a spell, that you're looking at what exactly you want. Get specific with it. But you realize you have to be realistic as well. You're never going to be a millionaire. I'm going to tell you that right now. If you are doing a money spell to become an instant, overnight, 24-hour, you know, I'm a millionaire right now, it's never going to work. But if you're looking to get some money coming in, or maybe you're in a job position where, you know, you might have work one week and no work the next week, and work is all over the place, and you might get a few hours today and a few hours in a month, like, this is where you would definitely want to be doing that to stabilize that income that's coming in. Now, this particular money oil, you know, as I have stated, it has ingredients in it that deal with money. It's all about bringing in money. It's all about, and when I do money spells, it's never about trying to get more than what I need. It's always about making sure that the roof is over my head, the car is paid for, the cats have food, the bills are paid, and that's it. It's not about, oh, I want to go to Vegas, so I need a bunch of money. No, you need to be realistic about it, okay? It's of my opinion that if you're trying to do a money spell to give you money to go on vacation, you know, that's a little needy, don't you think? That's a little selfish, don't you think? But if you're doing money spell to bring in stable money and get your finances in order, and you're realizing that as this is happening and as you're going down this path, there's a lot of money that's being saved and is left over, then, you know, that's a nice bonus. So I'm just going to dress this candle a little bit. You don't want a lot of oil on there. Generally what I would do is I would roll the candle in the oil on a different platter and then be able to place it on here. The next thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to dress the candle with your money ingredients. And for me, in my craft, on my path, it is especially important that I use the same ingredients as what I have in the oil, okay, in here. Now, the only reason I don't have red sandalwood in here is because this oil was made before I had to remake a batch of this. I use this as both an incense and as a candle dressing. So when you're putting the oil on, you're probably going to want to bless the oil. You're probably going to want to ask the deity or spirits or whatever it is you work with to help you put the intentions in. When you put the incense on, or the dressing, the herbs, the loose herbs on, you're also going to want to be putting in the intentions and visualizing that money coming in. A lot of the times what I do when it comes to a money spell is I'm doing the magic in order to gain stability. Okay, it's all about stability. What I want is stability. I want a stable income because I do work from home. So as a result, a lot of my income is not stable at all. But I've had great success with money spells and working with Boone in order to bring in that money, to make it stable, to gain those contracts that I need in order to be able to work and have stable income. Now you'll want to be visualizing, so let's say for example your job is not very stable, so you want to be visualizing hours, visualizing lots of work, visualizing lots of things going on. You want to visualize yourself being very busy, having lots of work, seeing those paychecks come in. It's not really necessary about, it's not really about the amount of money coming in. It's just making sure that there is money coming in. That's usually the purpose of my money spells. It's never about I need $1,000. It's never about I need $10,000. It's always about just let me pay the rent and the car and put food essentially on the floor for the cats. You know, like it's never about I want $1 billion or I want to take a trip to Tahiti or I want to go to Vegas and win $1 billion. Like that's unrealistic. Okay. And my money spells are always about breaking even and making sure that things are taken care of and everything is fine. So once you have your intentions placed into your candle, there's a couple of things that you're probably going to notice. And I'm using a candle. You can use whatever you want. I don't care. But one of the things that I know when it's working is when I can feel the heat radiating off of my hand. It's radiating off. You will feel it. It's kind of like holding your hand above a hot stove, like at least a foot above it. Like you're gonna feel that heat, and that's the thing that you want to feel when you're putting intentions in. Right now I don't obviously feel any because I'm not putting intentions in, but once you start to feel that and the visualization is taking over, you want to do that for as long as you possibly need, especially when it comes to money, because money is a no-joke type of thing. And you will know. For me, Boone will tell me to light the candle. For you, it might be something else. You might just know, or you might just get a feeling, or the spirits might tell you, or the ancestors, or whatever it is that you work with might tell you, light the candle. So once your candle is lit, what are we looking for? So I'm going to move this up a little bit, and I'm going to use my pointer. So right here where I'm pointing is what's coming to you immediately. This is what you want to see. You want to see the candle wax coming towards you, because that means it's coming to you immediately. If it's going off this way, what that means is that the candle, you know, the money will be coming to you, but it's going to come to you over time. time. It's not going to all, like if the wax is bleeding towards you, all of it's going to come to you all at once. Okay? Those are really great if you have a job that's not paying you on time or is not giving you all your money all the time. If it's off to the right-hand side, that means that there is opportunity there, that this job or money or whatever it is that's coming towards you, in this case money, it's going to come to you over time, which could mean that, let's say you're working in a position like mine where you work from home, that a new contract is coming. If it's going towards the left, it means something in your past is affecting the money being able to come to you. Maybe you owe creditors and they're taking your money. Maybe you've been defaulting on your credit cards and they're taking your money. Something in your past is affecting the money coming towards you. If there's a lot of wax behind the candle, like where my hands are moving towards, that means you have a blockage. Something is either blocking the money coming towards you, whatever it is, and you would probably need to do a road opener spell. Okay? So I'm gonna let this candle burn because I've already dressed it with the oil and I've already put the herbs on it, and I don't like wasting things. I don't like throwing things out. So I'm just gonna let this candle burn. It has no intentions. It's not bringing me any money. And if you guys want to see Lunar Wisdom's video on this money spell, go down to the description, click on the link, and head on over to her video and check out her take on doing a money spell. Mine are very, 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 very basic, and that is pretty much it when it comes to money spells. You guys have seen me do this same money spell thousands of times on my channel, and that's perfectly okay. And this is literally how I do it. I thought I would walk you through some of the things that I do. Okay, so I hope that you guys have learned something from this and have gotten some inspiration from this for your own money spells. And if you want to share a money spell, leave a link to your video in the description or in the comment section down below. And until next time, my fabulous ladies.